Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm here with a product copy Teardown, and it's a product page from this company, Allbirds. As you can see, the product is basically a men running or jogging or workout shoes, pair of shoes. So they call them tree dashers, and definitely I have to Google this term tree dashers to understand what it is. And they say that this is basically a running shoe. It's sustainable running shoe. It's made of organic items. I read this review, by the way, from this Canadian website to understand this in a better way. So the shoe is made of organic natural materials that help reduce carbon footprint and support a sustainable living. So I Googled a lot of things like what is carbon footprint. I mean, I had a rough idea, but I wanted to know better. So how to reduce carbon footprint and how they achieve this. I learned that, and then I decided to basically do a tear down this copy, this product page for you. So we'll start with the headline. But before I do that, let me show you my notes here. I have some screenshots here and the notes here. So let's talk about this part first, the headline and CTA part, because you know that when it comes to product descriptions on websites, whether it's Amazon or your own store, this is mostly the format that they follow, right? So the CTA is right next to the main image in the hero section. Within the hero section, it is right underneath the headline, and basically. I'm going to talk about the headline first. So headline has a hamasha, a fatal flaw that can make the prospects click the little cross only because it does not say anything. So the problem is that, let me check this one. All right. So the problem is that this headline is basically, in my opinion, it's not a very good headline. Why? Let's see it here. It starts with a fatal flaw, and what's that? The word men's is good for more than one reason. Precisely, it tells the people that people at first sight that the product is for men, but after this one word, there comes this term tree dashers. Now, this is not a very well known term, right? No one knows what the hell it means. Like, unless you're a brand as big as Apple, you shouldn't expect people to understand your brand names, and without having to question you. For example, if Apple is not a big brand, well, let's suppose I'm from a time, uh, I mean, from the let's say it's a new product and I don't know what it is. If you tell me that you got an iPhone, or the headline is something like "Get an iPhone right now at 25% discount," I wouldn't know what that is. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that I don't know what tree dashers is. It's not basically a word that is used to define this thing, man running and jogging shoes, right? This is something that they made out. It's a made out name, and they made it because they opted for this name because this is made of a tree. That's how they say it. It's made of merino wool, sugarcane, and eucalyptus. So the problem with this headline, it's not the only problem. The second problem is that there are certain headline formulas explained by CXL, Conversion Excel from Peplaya, and I would give a link to this amazing article. So what they say is that mainly a homepage copy, or I mean, if we interpret that loosely, copy for any page, that is mainly and mostly written in three different ways. The headline copy. For example, there is a headline that you can call it "Say What It Is" headline. There are examples here. So this is basically a "Say What It Is" headline, except instead of saying what it is, they made it even more complicated with replacing men's running shoes or jogging shoes or workout shoes with this term tree dashes. So I'm not going to fix the headline because I've been doing that before. In this copy tear down, I'm going to fix some main part of body copy. So that's one problem with the headline. They chose the very basic version of a headline, and then they decide to dial down to a version that is actually very confusing. So the third problem that I have with the headline is that, and it's based on my personal bias, but that's a well-informed bias. If you read Breakthrough Advertising from Eugene Schwartz, on an occasion he said that in case your product has many alternatives available in the market, you shouldn't go for a generic headline. Your headline in that case should always emphasize a very important benefit or unique value proposition in order to make your product look different from others, which is what they should have done, and which is what they didn't. Actually, they had a very, they have a competitive edge. They have made a, men trail runner, whatever you want to call it, which is actually made of organic, ingredients, and they could mention that here to immediately win the attention of their readers. So this is it about this section. Everything else, like other than this section, everything here is good. We have got some visuals. We have got this amazing detail, limited edition. Basically, what they have tried to achieve with this thing is that they have employed scarcity, right? So you know that this is limited edition. These colors are in limited edition. They won't be there forever. So you would definitely, kind of rush to get this thing if you have money for it, or if you dig this kind of materials, right? So if you select a size here, I'm going to show you a smart detail. Let's select a size, and this gray select a size thing turns into add to cart. Other than that, I can see that best CTA practices are followed in this part. It's perfectly fine. Now let's talk about same part. Let's talk about this part. This is what I'm going to fix. Basically, I'm not going to fix this detail. This section is done marvelously well. The problem is with its placement. So let me read my notes. This is actually the bad part that I'm going to fix. Actually, I would add a crosshead above this section. So what's a crosshead? It's basically a headline. There can be more than one crossheads in a case. So these are headlines that run across a certain page. It can be a sales page, it can be a home page, or any page on your website. There is nothing wrong with this section. They actually addressed a particular fear in target market's mind. What's that fear? Let me show you. Make sure you can read this. Run confidently knowing we logged thousands of miles with 50 plus amateur and pro athletes over a year-long testing period. So basically they addressed a fear that even though this thing is made of organic things, you don't have to be afraid of something new. This is, this has been tested for, thousands of times and many athletes. It's fine. The detail is fine. The problem is that you do not start your body copy with countering an objection, and I'm going to tell you why. You open with answering the first and foremost question, which is actually what your product is or what it does, or in a better way, what it does better than other, shoemakers. So where did I get this idea from? I got this from this case study from Copy Hackers. Joanna Weeb and her team, they wrote homepage copy for an e-commerce product. It's a sweat blog, sweatblog.com. You should go and check that. I think that's the URL. Yep. So she defined how she wrote the copy, and as per her opinion, and that I can confirm that she is she is a master copywriter. But from what I've been reading, I can tell you that that's what other big copywriters also think like. So you start your body copy with answering this main question: what do you do? And then you go to how you do it better than others, or why should I care, and questions like them. So basically, this is what I'm going to fix. If you take a look here, right here they have some empty white space. I'm going to put a crosshead here. Excuse me. So I'm going to put a crosshead here, And in that crosshead, I'm going to explain a unique value proposition, what makes this trail runner, these running shoes better than others. And actually, I scrolled down to, sorry, down to this page, and I read these reviews given by verified customers, and I picked some copy, picked some language from their verified customers. I added that detail to my notepad, and then I added some detail from their own description of what they do uh, at somewhere. Let's see, 3 dashes. So at somewhere, like look at this description: breathable, tree material, sportive, dual density. At somewhere they mentioned that these shoes basically contribute to reduction of carbon footprint, sustainable living, and stuff like that. So I basically took some notes. It's a rough UVP, unique value proposition, a shoe made of organic / natural materials uh, that helps reduce carbon footprint and support sustainable living at no cost to functionality. So I'm going to refine this, or I'm going to put it as it is uh, right here, before this section. The first section, the first headline, this one. Before I do that, let's just read other sections of body copy. So sweet stability, okay. Sweet stability optimized for cushion stability and energy return. Energy return, our dual density sweet foam midsole is made with world's first carbon negative, blah, blah, blah. So it's full of benefits, like technical features, and it has been done marvelously. And I'm going to show you why. All these snippets are done the same way. What you get kind of detail of benefits, right? So cushion support, this is what you get when you buy this shoe. And they authenticate their claim. This is important, this detail. They authenticate their claim with some very technical features. World's first carbon negative shows that not only this helps reduce carbon footprint, but this is the very first EVA foam of its type. So I've been doing, it's a UVA, a unique value proposition, UVPEM, sorry, of a sort. So I've been doing some shoes reviews, and those articles have actually been ranking on page 1 of Google. And I know a lot about the kind of midsoles and insoles they use. So I know about EVA foam, and they claim that their EVA foam is sort of a different foam, and it is much better than others, and this achieved a better cushion support. Responsive design, designed with a new outsole geometry, our sole brings together sweet foam and natural rubber traction pads for increased pronation control and stability. So like how the talk of I like how the talk of highly technical features, how they talk of high technical features, and then they link them with the benefits. So basically, if you take a look at this, there are a lot of trademark terms here. Sweet foam trademark, ZQ Merino, no trademark, but it's it's a product, a known product. Sweet foam trademark, and then other trademarks you can find throughout the body copy. So basically, what they are doing here is they are actually linking technical features with benefits that their target customers can easily understand, right? Take a look at this one, for example. Bio-nylon eyelets, streamlined fit. Our signature eyelets are embroidered directly to the internal structure for additional durability and support, anchoring the midfoot with a custom fit. So emphasis on new and novel, I'm sorry, uh, new and novel, trying to prove they're better and different from others, connecting technical features with easy to understand benefits. The same thing, smooth step in. This is again the same detail. They're explaining how smooth the step in would be. All these subsections have benefit-based, easy to understand headlines. That's what I wanted to tell you. If you take a look at all these sections, and if you take at these headlines, these are bolded, you can see that these are not features, they are benefits, right? Feature can be something very technical or basic. Benefit is what a customer or prospect want to know. So basically, I want to know how my laptop RAM is going to manage, all the space that Chrome demands from it, right? I don't want to know the technical side of it. I don't want to know how it would do it. I just want to know if it would do that or not. So that's what they have achieved with this kind of headlines. Streamlined fit, all these subsections of benefit-based headlines, blah blah blah. Here, another trademarked, product, a trademark. So Trino TM Sprinter, give techie and TM names different parts and features to sound authentic, and then link that techie detail with easy to understand benefits. So basically, this is their performance SOC. Bonus on the main product, mentioning of how it pairs with main product and what value it brings to users foot. This is basically not the main product. If you have been excuse me, if you have been reading books and blog posts about how to write sales pages, one of the tactics that they tell is to add a bonus to your basic deal. So this is basically a bonus. This is a pair of socks, and you can read the detail, how they work, what they do. They're breathable. They work well with the shoe, blah, blah, blah. Then we go to this last thing. This is actually a UVP, the kind of UVP that they should have explained in the beginning. So here comes the UVP that should have placed in the compressed form of a crosshead. They invite you to dig deeper into the science of making environment friendly and organic shoes, sort of social proof thing. How? Let me show you. Tread lighter, our dasher is carbon neutral thanks to sustainable practices like using natural materials and buying offsets. But before we balance the emissions, its footprint starts at 9.0 kg CO2e. Technical detail. Excuse me. So think of this measurement like a nutrition label for your closet, blah, 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 blah. So they are basically, try to establish authority here. They're going to tell you that, okay, last thing, if you still don't believe us, click here and let us show you how we're going to, reduce carbon footprint with this thing. So this was the tear down of body parts. And one last thing that I would like to show you again. Okay, it's these reviews. They could have, placed somewhere else, like in the beginning, where they were making big claims, where they were supposed to make big claims. One or two of them, the best of them, could be placed there. But overall, it's a job well done. I have read the reviews. There are different reviews for different features and benefits, and it's a job well done. Excuse me. Now let me add a crosshead here. So for this crosshead, I'm going to refer to this consult with this UVP, the rough format. A shoe made of organic natural materials that help reduce carbon footprint and support sustainable living. So let's try something like this. So something like this, right? The practice about headlines, crosshead is also a headline, so it would be the same. It suggests that you should write at least 20 different headlines, and then you pick one that is the best, that you like the most, that basically highlights the basic features and benefits, and most importantly, a unique value proposition in much better way. So finally, a pair of men's running sneakers that are made with organic items. You can make it ingredients or anything like that. Help us reduce the carbon footprint without making any compromise on comfort and functionality. To make it more authentic, make it sound more authentic, you could actually mention the organic detail, merino wool, sugarcane, and eucalyptus. And this thing actually, I have been reading their reviews here. So I'm going to scroll down, and it would that this extension is kind of glitchy. It would remove this thing, but you've got the point. What I'm trying to say, you can rewind and you can take a look at this again. So I would go to the reviews. I've been reading these reviews, and one of these reviews, mention a sort of benefit that they didn't mention and that they should have mentioned. So that review basically talked about how this thing is made of organic items. It's so lightweight, it's so comfortable, and yet it is so reasonably priced. So after doing all this thing, like this body section detail, before reviews, or it would have been better if they, you know, if they did it in this section, uh, right after the crosshead, they could make a small section out of it. They could mention that these shoes are made of organic materials, and yet it is priced at such an affordable, uh, price tag. So if you want to know, for example, merino wool alone, it costs a lot, and this shoe is made of these two other organic items as well. So if it's actually reasonably priced, I mean, research would have to say better about this. Then definitely they should have made a benefit out of it and should have mentioned it. So this was it, guys. I hope you liked this tear down of a product page from Allbirds. I liked their copy. There were some minor flaws that I noticed and that I highlighted. If you liked it, I would definitely come back with another copy tear down for you. Kindly like, subscribe, and share and comment, and let me know how you like it. Thank you.